Hey friends, welcome to the channel. If you've already asked yourself how I practiced reading foreign languages with LingQ, you've found the right video. Los geht's! Dustin. I'm an IT project manager from Germany. On this channel we create content that helps us to be more productive, to learn new things, especially languages, and to live a happier and more fulfilling life. Today I want to show you how I use LingQ on a daily basis. Disclaimer, I have used LingQ so far to study 5 languages other than German, which is my mother tongue, and English that I have learned before starting actually with LingQ. In 4 of the languages that I've learned with LingQ, I can now also read novels from the shelf without translations, and the 5th language is already on its way. Greetings go out to the Turkish-speaking community. I don't say that to brag, but because I want to show you that despite not being good at school, you can actually learn languages if you do it right. For that, we'll first have a quick look at the science behind acquiring a language. Then I'll explain how LingQ works, generally speaking. And next, I'll show you real-life examples of how I use LingQ on a daily basis for my different languages in order to improve my comprehension. From beginner over intermediate to advanced. But before we start, you know what comes next. Let's have a nice sip of coffee. Los geht's. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know I'm a big fan of Stephen Krashen's comprehensible input theory. The idea is simple. We learn languages by understanding messages, especially when they're just a little bit above our current level. And it works best when the content is compelling, meaning it's interesting enough that you forget you're even studying. That's exactly how kids learn. They hear the language around them all day. They watch, listen, and slowly it clicks. It's not just about reading, it's about listening, watching, and surrounding yourself with meaningful input. That's what rewires your brain for language. At its core, LingQ is a massive library of content. Books, articles, podcasts, YouTube videos, all in your target language. As you read or listen, you come across words that you don't know. That's where the magic happens. You click on a word, save it, and that creates a link. A little vocab item with a translation that you can review later. Over time, LingQ tracks which words you're learning and how well you know them. It turns every piece of content into a personalized lesson, where reading and listening go hand in hand. And you can of course also import your own content. That is important because we need to make sure that the stuff you are reading and listening to stays interesting. So how do I use LingQ now? So first of all, there's the maintenance mode. So languages that I've learned already for quite a while and where I've minimum achieved a B2 level, at least in terms of comprehension, get at some point into maintenance mode. That means that I don't actively study them anymore, or at least not all of them at the same time. Like for example Dutch or Italian right now. In order to maintain them, I use LingQ and just maintain my streak at the lowest level effort. This way, I spend at least a few minutes each day with the languages. Normally I import the newest YouTube videos from the channels I follow once or twice per week, and then I just skim through them in LingQ and only review the words that are yellow, so the ones that I have encountered before, but whose translation I don't know yet by heart. And then of course also the ones that I have never encountered before. After skimming through the vocab, I would then just watch the video. This way I keep myself exposed to all the languages. If that's really necessary, I don't know, but it gives me a good feeling. I think at the current point I won't lose them anymore. But of course I'm also listening podcasts and other stuff on the side. But in general, LingQ really helps me to keep up my streak and to stay exposed to those languages. Then there's the deepening mode. So normally I focus on one intermediate or advanced language. This language I try to improve by targeted practice, like for example speaking sessions, but also by reading and listening to content that has the right level of difficulty for me. Right now I'm reading a paper book in French because at work I need to speak French a lot now. But just before that, I've been working on my Spanish, where I've read Spanish books to get better, just before going to bed and using LingQ. I've imported the ebook files, added a nice cover, put them on my goal list, and then I went for it. So here you can see, for example, a book that I've imported, and if I would want to read it now, then I just click on it and read the text, and the stuff that I don't understand I mark, and I get the translation, I mark my links, pretty much as usual. And then I would take some time before going to bed and read for a half hour or so. And this way, I actively work on my language. And then the next day, I would listen to the parts that I've read the evening before, and this way give my brain another chance to process the content. And there I really look for stuff that's, that has the right difficulty for me. So it wouldn't be beginner's books anymore, but rather stuff where I really need to focus and where, it really takes me some effort to do. And then of course there's the starter mode. I usually also have always one language at that stage. That means I'm actively studying it, but I'm not yet anywhere with them where I could really enjoy them. When I'm still learning a language at the beginner stage, so between, let's say, A1 and B1, there I really have to rely on simple and easy content. I have to strain myself to understand something. I start with the easiest resources and then move on to the mini stories in LingQ and similar content as soon as I'm ready. Let's have a look at those for Turkish, for example. So here you can see the mini stories, and then I would open them and would walk through them and read them, mark also whole phrases, as you can see, to get the translation, and it can feel quite tedious. And then it's really about repetition, to make sure to read it multiple times and then also listen to it even more often. And yes, it can feel like a waste of time because your mind will drift off and you won't understand everything. But if you keep repeating it, then it'll get better. What I noticed is that it's not enough to just listen to it over and over again, but at the same time you also have to read to be able to use the translations to actually make progress. Otherwise you won't really make it stick and you won't really get better at understanding the stuff. So what I mean by that is read it, study it actively, read the translations, and then listen to it afterwards. You can also listen to it and read it at the same time, but that's not what I mean. I really mean that you need to have the translations at some point in time to actually make progress, because otherwise it will just repeat itself and you won't really get better. So that's how I use the LingQ to keep my languages alive, push one of them forward and build up a new one from scratch. Whether I'm maintaining, deepening, or just getting started, the key is always the same. Regular input that's both comprehensible and compelling. LingQ makes that process simple by turning real content into real learning every single day. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's that language learning doesn't have to be frustrating or boring. You don't need to be perfect, and you definitely don't need to be a grammar genius. What matters is that you show up, stay curious, and give your brain the input it needs. You're not just studying a language, you're building a new way to experience the world and open new opportunities for yourself. Now, grab something to read and let's get started. Los geht's. Please let me know in the comments what else you want to know about LingQ, or if you got any other questions when it comes to reading in a foreign language. And also, if you would like to see me how I study in real time, like for a half hour or so using LingQ, just let me know in the comments and I will film something. I've already did something similar in real time where I did a learning session with Spanish, but there I did also other stuff other than LingQ. But yeah, as I said, if you want to have a LingQ session filmed, just let me know in the comments and I'll do something. And if you want to know how to start using LingQ yourself, have also a look at this video here. And if you found the video useful, please leave me a like and a subscription to the channel, and to not miss anything going forward, click also on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching and see you the next time.